All right, so Pro Dumpster Diver back at it again. So let's finish up the entire gold set, okay? Now, I showed you in a previous video, we actually had these chips here. I'm going to show them to you here. Remember these chips? Yeah. So these were the back ends of CPU pieces that we had. And what we did is that we had it in our muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide. I poured it out into this container, and guess what? Look at this. Look at what we got. This is the result of pouring out all the muriatic acid there through with hydroperoxide with the filters, and we got the gold end pieces there. And there's thousands of little buds in here, which are beautiful, okay? We're going to let that sit for about an hour, and then we're going to end up getting our gloves and our spray gun and spraying it in to another container over there, okay? But this is beautiful right now. This right here, boom. I can go ahead and actually melt that sucker. But we're not done because that's not all the gold. We still have gold in here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get gloves here. I remember my PPE. Okay. And then we're going to take the chips, put them back inside of our pitcher that we actually had. And then we're going to filter out the water through here. Now, this is just water that we're pouring through right now. I have my double strainer here with my thick filters, okay? And we're going to filter out as much as we can right now, okay? So I'm going to do this live in front of you guys because some people say that the process takes too long to do. To be honest, if you do it right, it shouldn't take that long, okay? I'm putting on my gloves for those of you who are always sticklers about the PPE, okay? And then I'm going to have my measuring cup. Actually, let me get a better one. Have a better measuring cup here. Okay. And what we're going to do is we are going to filter out the water that is in this container. We're going to pour all of it in here. Okay. Just like that. And we're going to let it go through. Okay. And what will be left inside of that is just going to end up being our gold. Now, now the chips in here, I'm taking out with gloves, as you can carefully see. I'm taking them out with gloves. Okay, I'm shaking them off. All right, and I'm putting them back in here so they can go back into the muriatic acid later on. Okay, that's all we're doing now is just taking out these chips here. Just shaking them off is all I'm doing. Just shaking them off. Look at all that gold in there. I'm just shaking them off and I'm putting them right back in here. Okay, that's all we're doing right now. Because the less chips I have going into that filter means that they won't end up puncturing the filter, because I definitely don't want that. Okay, shake them off, put them right back in. Okay, all right, shake them off. Now again, it's not a time consuming process there right now. I'm just getting all of those out. Okay, and what we're gonna do is that, and if also you see a little bit of other debris in there, like bugs and stuff like that, you're welcome to go ahead and take that out so it doesn't actually go into your melt, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take more of this water. Look at that. See, the strainer's already practically dried up. So guys, it took what, 30 seconds? Come on now. And I pour that in here, and that basically just gets filtered out. That's it. That's all. It's not taking that long, okay? That's all, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to keep my little measuring cup here, okay? And I'm going to keep taking these chips out because I don't need these chips to be in here anymore. We're just going to take that and we're going to put them right back inside of our bucket, okay? Doesn't take that long to do. I'm doing the entire process in front of you guys so you can actually see how it is. I believe it takes less than 10 minutes, okay? The more chips I can get, the better off this is right now, okay? Take them, shake them, and put them right inside. It doesn't ever take that long, Okay, I just have to get a whole bunch in my hand. Thank God I was born black. And take that out. Take out a whole bunch of them and put them right in there. Okay, now what we're going to do is, as you can see, I'm not going to say heat this up, but I'm going to let that sit in the sun just to let any other water vapor basically just go out. Okay, it's not going to take that long. Look at that. That's already done, and we still got some gold pieces in that already just now. Okay, so I'm going to take some more gold pieces out and shake them up a bit. Put them right inside there. All right, real simple. Doesn't take that long. It's practically done. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a scoop of this water here. Okay, got a lot of gold pieces in it, and I'm going to pour that inside of our filter there. Okay, look at that. Look at this. You got gold in here already. Beautiful. Okay, absolutely beautiful. All right, now I'm going to go here again, and I'm going to get out as much of the chips as I can. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour muriatic acid right back into that there. Okay? It's not going to take that long to do this entire process. Now, here's the thing. We don't have all of the gold just yet. Now, why do I say that? Because as I'm doing this right now, okay, I'm going to give you an example. This would be our filter. You see, I still got a lot of gold on that. So there's a lot of gold to get off of this right now. Okay? There's still a lot of gold to come out. Okay? All right? And it's still pouring there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my filter here. And this is why, let me show you exactly why strainers are important. That's why strainers are important right here. This is why all of that gold in there has to get strained out. Look at the look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. Now, yes, it still does have to go through a process, but the important part is that it gets done. Okay, now what is the question? I have the question and the answer for you. Am I going to mix this gold with this? Yes, but I have to pour them out. So I'm letting this sit for a little bit, and then I'm going to get a spray gun, and I'm going to put all of that in a container, and then I'm going to put all of that in a container as well. We're going to put this right back into muriatic acid there. That's actually on the bottom of this barrel here. Okay, and then we're going to do everything we can with that right now. Okay, it's going to take time. This would be worth it. Okay, we're filtering all of this out, and this is why I'm using filters, because I know it's very important there. Okay, now what do I need to do? I need to get, look at the bottom of this, covered in gold. All right, I got to get all these big pieces out, because these big pieces are going to get in the way, and they have the ability to puncture the filters. I don't want them doing that. I do not want that ever happening, because if that happens, you're going to have to strain out the entire bucket, and only God knows how long that would actually end up taking you. You'd be outside practically for hours on that. Okay. Okay. All right, so that's a good amount right there. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to stop. Okay. I'm going to let this filter out, and then I'm going to pour the rest of this water in there, get the pieces out. And then what we're going to do is have a little Ziploc bag of gold. Now, I don't want to put everything in the Ziploc just yet, because it's going to end up being wet, I would say. All right. I want it to be dry when it gets in there. So I got to put it under a little heat. Okay. So once this is done, we'll be good to go. It's going to take some time, but I'm never, and this is why you got to use that. See, I got gold on me, and this is not good. I'd practically be losing money right there. Okay, so take your time, never rush the process, and it will absolutely work out. Okay, because then once this is strained in there, we got our gold out, I'm going to pour our muriatic acid right back into this, and I'm going to let that sit for another 2 weeks. Now we have the gold on the bottom. I don't want to keep the gold in the acid that long. Okay, I definitely don't want to do that. And then we're going to get the other container sample that we actually have, and we'll do that. Remember, we still have our 12 pounds of print chips to do. We haven't even fully done that one yet. So that is going to take some time. Okay. So I'm not rushing that process there. That's going to take some time. Actually, you guys are like, where is it? It's actually right here. I had to cover it down because of the rain. So it's actually under here. And if you can actually see, it's it right there. Right there. That's her. Okay. So we will definitely get ready. We'll get it moving. We will get it moving. All right. Pro Dumpster Diver out.